Good morning, Mo Mentorship. I'm excited. Today we're starting on our journey of where do we want to be 5 years from today. The first thing that we have to do is to decide what is really next for us in our life and then strategize about it. When we're young, we want a new car, we want a house, or we're going to have our first baby, and we're going to do all those kinds of things. And then that kind of gets, and we have a career that we're going to build. And what we want in our next chapter is very easy for some. Now, again, sometimes we are out there kind of struggling to find out what is our next step, what is our next important part of our life. But once we've decided what's the next thing about our life, we have to strategize. I'm afraid to say to you that I think most people live our life reacting to circumstances that present themselves, and we're not making our life. I remember that going to work very early, I knew that I was motivated because my mother and daddy couldn't afford nicer clothes for me. And it was important for me to wear at least nice enough clothes that I didn't feel embarrassed. And so it was my motivation. And so as life goes on, the motivations of what we're uncomfortable with, motivation starts with discomfort. Always remember that. And that's what's driving us. But then where we really get into trouble is when we become a little more comfortable. When maybe the bank account is there, or maybe the debts are gone, and we have the home we want, and we have somewhat the life we want, that's when we get uncomfortable. So I want you to all understand that here's 5 years. I want you to write this down. It's 260 weeks. It's 1,825 days, and it's 2,333,000 minutes. And every one of those we get to own. And so the question is, and where the freedom comes from, and I love the first statement in the book, the best day of your life is the day on which you decide your life is your own. We don't have to listen any longer to the parent or to this person or to this person. Yeah, we may have to listen to our boss or to someone who have expectations of us. But the point being, when we start owning our life, we find our freedom. Now, I've already read to you the Dr. Seuss book, but I want you to listen to this quote. This was right out of the book. I hope you enjoy it. What will or what could you do? You have brains in your head and feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself any direction you choose. You're on your own and you know what you know, and you are the one who'll decide where to go. Dr. Seuss was brilliant. I'm just telling you, I just love that. And so basically, life is all about our choices. So here is lesson number 1. I want you to start with identifying what your true values are. I believe that the most important thing for us to do is to really go deep and decide, what did God put us here for? Unfortunately, yesterday I attended another funeral of a wonderful man who was diagnosed with cancer in November and passed away in January at 58 years of age. And as I attended that funeral, the services were, the church was full. And here's what was said. He was a man who was there for you at any time. He was a man that would do anything for you. He was a man that kept his word. He was a man that was always willing to have encouraging words. He was a man who had found God and found his way with his family. He was a man of 5 children and 12 grandchildren. He clearly knew his values, and he spread those values. So the question is, in our book of 5 years, what are your top values in life? What do you believe God has gifted you with? Did he gift you with a great ability to inspire? Did he gift you with an ability to sing? Did he gift you with the ability to cook or to do art or to decorate? What were the gifts that the good Lord gave you? What are the values that you consider to be yours? And with that, What are you doing with those values? So when I looked at my top 5 values, what I had listed was health, my family and my friendships, my faith and my integrity, my sustainability of my financial fitness, and some freedom of time. Some freedom of time. Just a simple little thing is that I want to get to the point that I don't have to wake up to an alarm clock. I just want to be able to wake up naturally. And so if we ask ourselves, what in fact are the values that we feel and the talents we have? And then I want you to ask yourself, who are the 3 people you know that you believe to be the happiest people you know? And why? So look around your world. Look at your family. Look at your people you work with. Look at maybe your mentor. Who are the people that you see to be the happiest and why? And then ask yourself, are any of the people in your world, would they be putting your name down if asked that same question? That was a real eye-opener for me. I thought to myself, I don't know. But it's important that I think that people do see that we are happy with our lives and that we're living a full life. So step 1 is, what are your top 5 values? Write those down right now. What are the things that are your values in your life? In that area, I looked at, I want to have a generous heart. I want to get healthy with weight, and that's always been something, we've talked about that a lot. A can-do attitude. Always believing you can do anything you set your mind to. And by the way, one of the happiest people I know happened to be my mentor, Mo Anderson. So ladies and gentlemen, step 1 in this wonderful journey is clearly identifying what your values in your life are and what in fact are the top values that you have internally that in fact will help you shortcut to your top goals. So do your homework. We'll be back together tomorrow to go forth with our 5-year journey. Thank you for being here. Take this serious. Bye.